Picture this. You are 65 years old looking back at your life, and you realize that despite working for 4 decades, you are still dependent on others for your survival. Social Security becomes your lifeline, not your supplement. This isn't just a statistic. This is the reality for millions of Americans right now. But here's what they don't tell you. It doesn't have to be your story. I want you to understand something fundamental that Earl Nightingale once taught me during a conversation that changed my entire perspective on wealth. He said, "Jim, most people fail in life, not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit that moment of clarity, hit me like lightning. And today, I'm passing that same revelation to you." The truth is, financial freedom isn't about your age, your background, or your current situation. It's about understanding 7 core principles that have been tested by time and proven by results. These aren't theories from textbooks. They're battle-tested strategies that have transformed ordinary people into extraordinary wealth builders. But first, let me shatter a dangerous myth that's keeping you trapped. You've been told that money is the root of all evil, that wealthy people are greedy, or that you need to be born into money to become wealthy. That's not just wrong, it's poison to your financial future. Money is simply a tool, and like any tool, it's not good or evil. It's neutral. The question is, will you learn to use this tool, or will you let it use you? Let me ask you something that will haunt you if you don't answer honestly. Are you tired of being tired when it comes to money? Are you exhausted from the endless cycle of working hard but never getting ahead? Because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes isn't just another financial tip video. This is the blueprint that separates those who struggle their entire lives from those who break free and build real wealth. Stay with me until the very end, because I promise you this, the last strategy I reveal will be the one that changes everything. It's the secret that most people never discover, and it's the difference between financial freedom and financial slavery. Number 1, the 70% rule. Here's where most people go wrong from day one. They spend 100% of what they earn, sometimes 110%, and wonder why they're always broke. When Earl Nightingale first introduced me to this concept, I thought he was crazy. "How can I live on less when I'm already struggling?" I asked. He smiled and said, "Jim, if you can't live on 90% of your income, you can't live on 100% either. The problem isn't your income, it's your relationship with money. This principle is simple but revolutionary. Live on 70% of your income, no matter what you earn. The remaining 30% gets divided 10% for personal development, 10% for investments, and 10% for giving back. This isn't just about budgeting. It's about rewiring your brain to think like a wealth builder instead of a consumer. When you start living on 70%, something magical happens. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your future. You begin to see money as a seed to be planted, not just paper to be spent. Number 2, the automatic wealth system. Here's a truth that will shock you. The amount you save isn't as important as the habit of saving. I learned this lesson the hard way when I was drowning in debt at 25. I thought I needed to save large amounts to make a difference, but Earl Nightingale taught me otherwise. He said, "Jim, save something from every dollar that passes through your hands, even if it's just a penny. The magic isn't in the amount, it's in the automation. When you automate your savings, you remove emotion from the equation. You're not negotiating with yourself every month about whether you can afford to save you. Just do it like breathing. Set up automatic transfers. The moment you get paid before you see the money, before you're tempted to spend it, it's already working for your future. This single habit will do more for your wealth than any investment strategy or get-rich-quick scheme ever could." Number 3, financial education is your foundation. This might be the most important principle of all. So listen carefully. In school, they teach you to memorize dates and formulas, but they never teach you the most crucial subject of all, how money works. They don't teach you about compound interest, about inflation, about the difference between assets and liabilities. They send you into the world financially illiterate and then wonder why you struggle. But here's the beautiful truth. You can educate yourself at any age. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 75. Your brain is capable of learning these principles. I started reading everything I could find about money, not to become a financial expert, but to stop being a financial victim. Earl Nightingale used to say, 1 hour per day of study will put you at the top of your field within 3 years. Imagine what 1 hour per day of studying money could do for your financial future. Just 1 book per month, 1 financial concept per week, 1 new principle per day. That's all it takes to transform your relationship with wealth. Number 4, The power of financial planning. Most people plan their vacations better than they plan their finances. They'll spend hours researching hotels and restaurants, but they never sit down to plan where their money should go. This is financial suicide. Before each month begins, you need to have a meeting with your money. You need to tell every dollar where it's going before it leaves your hands. This isn't about restricting yourself, it's about taking control. When you have a plan, you make decisions based on your goals, not your emotions. Earl Nightingale taught me that a bad plan is better than no plan. Even if your income is irregular, even if you're not sure what's coming next month, you still need to plan, create a baseline, work with what you know, and adjust as you go. The key is to start planning now, not when conditions are perfect. Number 5, assets over accumulation. Here's where most people get it completely wrong. They focus on accumulating money instead of building assets. But money sitting in a savings account is not building wealth. It's slowly being eaten away by inflation. You need to transform your money into assets that work for you. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket without requiring your active involvement. This could be rental property, dividend-paying stocks, a business, or even intellectual property. The key is to think like an investor, not a saver. But here's the secret that most people miss. Your greatest asset isn't real estate or stocks. It's your ability to create value. Your skills, your knowledge, your experience. These can be turned into income streams that generate wealth for decades. Earl Nightingale always said, "The market rewards those who serve it best." What value can you create? What problems can you solve? What knowledge can you share? Turn your expertise into assets, and you'll never worry about money again. Number 6, the power of financial tracking. You cannot manage what you do not measure. This principle is so simple that most people ignore it, and so powerful that it can transform your finances overnight. If you're not tracking every dollar that comes in and goes out, you're not in control of your financial life. I learned this lesson when Earl Nightingale asked me a simple question. How much did you spend on entertainment last month? I had no idea. I thought I was being responsible with money, but I was flying blind. That's when I realized that I think means I don't know, and I don't know means I'm not in control. Start tracking everything. Not to punish yourself, but to gain awareness. Your spending patterns will reveal your true priorities, and sometimes that revelation is exactly what you need to change your life. Number 7, the legacy mindset. This is the principle that separates those who build temporary wealth from those who create lasting prosperity. Stop thinking about just getting by and start thinking about what you're building for the next generation. Legacy isn't just about leaving money behind. It's about leaving a system, a philosophy, a way of thinking about wealth that will benefit your family for generations. When you adopt the legacy mindset, every financial decision becomes bigger than just you. Earl Nightingale used to say, "Success is not a destination, it's a journey." The legacy mindset makes that journey meaningful. You're not just working for yourself, you're building something that will outlast you. Here's what I want you to understand. These 7 principles aren't just strategies. They're a complete transformation of how you think about money when you implement them. You don't just change your bank account, you change your entire relationship with wealth. But knowledge without action is worthless. You can watch 100 videos, read 1,000 books, and attend every seminar. But if you don't take action, nothing changes. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle isn't knowledge. It's implementation right now. I want you to grab a pen and paper. Not later, not tomorrow. Right now, we're going to create your personal action plan for this week. This is where transformation begins. Not with perfect conditions, but with imperfect action. First, calculate 70% of your income. That's your new living budget. Everything else gets allocated to your future. Second, set up automatic savings, even if it's just $25 per week. Automate it. Remove the decision from your daily life. Third, buy one book about money. Read it, apply it. Let it change how you think about wealth. Fourth, create a simple budget for next month. Tell every dollar where it's going before it leaves your hands. Fifth, identify one skill you have that could generate additional income. Your knowledge is valuable. Figure out how to monetize it. Sixth, start tracking every expense for 1 week. Just 1 week. See where your money really goes. Seventh, have a conversation with your family about money. Start building a legacy mindset that will benefit generations. You have a choice to make right now. You can close this video and go back to your old patterns, hoping that somehow things will magically get better. Or you can decide that today is the day you take control of your financial future. Earl Nightingale taught me that success is a choice, not a circumstance. Wealth is a decision, not a destination, and the decision must be made now, not someday. The 7 principles I've shared with you today have transformed millions of lives. They've taken people from poverty to prosperity, from struggle to success, from financial slavery to financial freedom, but they only work if you work them. Remember, it's not about where you start, it's about what you decide to do from here. You can begin building wealth at any age, from any situation, with any income. The principles don't care about your past. They only care about your commitment to your future. If this message resonated with you, if you felt something shift inside you as you listened, then I need you to do something. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your action could be the catalyst that changes someone else's life forever. Subscribe to this channel, not just for more content, but because you are making a commitment to your financial education. You are joining a community of people who refuse to accept financial mediocrity. Leave a comment below telling me which principle hit you the hardest and what you're going to implement this week. Your commitment in writing becomes your contract with success. The world is full of people who dream about financial freedom but never take action. Don't be one of them. Be the person who decides, who acts, who transforms their life through the power of these 7 principles. Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. Don't let them down. Remember, success is not an accident. It's a choice. And that choice begins with the decision to implement these 7 principles starting today. I will see you in the next video where we'll continue building your path to financial freedom. Until then, take action. Stay disciplined and never forget that your best days are ahead of you. The journey to wealth begins with a single step. Take that step today.